First of all, I'm real proud of these guys. I thought tonight, defensively, we really were aggressive and with the ball screen, and we were aggressive on Van Allen, and really good rotations. We made a couple mistakes, but most of the part tonight we're very sharp, getting out there and doing it. Offensively, we were a little bit, the ball, we call it in basketball, the ball gets stuck in your hands a little bit too much. We were trying to make a play that's not there. Thought we kind of did that a couple times tonight, where we got to do a better job of just letting the system and letting each player make a difference to help. It was good to see Tegan hit some shots. She'd been struggling a little bit with her shot, but now she's confidence is the best way of getting it back, and I thought it was really good to see her do that. You know, we probably have the best bench in the league, and it's proved it tonight. When I subbed, there wasn't a lot of drop. You know, you bring Sarah in. I mean, imagine a 6'7" kid running out there and doubling you with her long arms and legs and everything. And Smither comes in and is aggressive. And Nani, I can't be more proud of her the way she's playing right now. And then, you know, Emma came in, I thought, did a nice job. And you guys got a little flash of Rose. Rose is going to be a good player here. Very, very, very confident. To come off the bench and fire up a three-pointer without even hesitating, it's a pretty confident kid. So, but I just happy it's a great team effort, and you know, I think they're all buying into each other, and we got to keep it up.
Jody, you keep having these big wins. Do you wonder how the team's going to respond when a team really pushes you? I mean, because when you've been winning big over and over again, double digits.
It's hard. It's hard.
Sometimes you get in a dogfight and you're not used to it. And, you know, you got seasoned players, though, so they've been there. But that's an interesting, I just wonder if you guys think about that.
It is hard, and it's what I've tried to do is during the week, I try to split our team up a little bit and get it competitive, and we kind of play some games like first one to 6, and it's, you know, or you got to execute this or whatever. But you're right, it is a little bit of a scary thought, but I think you probably have noticed we do a pretty good job when it comes down to the end of something like end of a quarter of executing a play either offensively or defensively. Like tonight, right before half, they pulled the ball out and we're going to run a play, and I yell fist, which is our zone, and they ran into fist fast. Those are things that we've been working on, and hopefully when the game comes down to the end, we'll be able to execute and do that. The one thing I do know, because I've coached them for a long time, is Paisley's a money player, and so is Shaley. They've been there, they've done it, they understand it, and in fact, really a lot of them. But those two especially, because they've had to make plays with the game on the line. I think our last close game was Oklahoma, and that's been a while. You're right, and it's Saturday's going to be a good test. Saturday will be a really good test, and then next week will be for sure. It'll be a really good test. But, you know, they believe in themselves, and they believe in each other, and I just hope we can keep it going, you know. And I think at home we're way more aggressive, and I think that helps a lot.
Do you want to see that? I mean, I know it's easier on your heart as a coach when you're up 30, but do you want to see before you get into the tournaments and the one and done situations? Do you want to see?
You know, I'd like to see maybe. You know, it will be. There'll be some games here that we'll have to do it. I'm hoping not a lot. I'm hoping I'd rather just, you know, I mean, like tonight it was important because we played Monday and then we got tonight and we got a game Saturday. I don't want to wear them out. Not saying that they won't. They're fine with it, but you know, I just didn't want to do that. And I'm gonna go. Way to shoot it, man. Really nice. And
Hey, Judd.
you know, I think what's been so good with this team, and why she's walked in, it's a good part that, you know, this team's bought into not always that you have to shoot it to play a great game. That if you're not shooting the ball that as good as you normally do, you do other things for this team to be successful. It's either the defensive end or passing or rebounding or whatever it is. And this team's bought into that. And, I mean, this girl, her defense has really improved in the last couple of weeks. And like tonight, she made a nice steal, be in the right position. She's helping. I mean, we switched a lot, and she did a good job of keeping those guards in front of her. And it's just all of them. But they changed defenses. We did a good job of not letting it slow us down and keep executing and doing that. So.
Tegan, I was asking Jody about the fact that you guys keep winning by double digits. A lot of games are like this where it's 25 or 30. And the importance of staying sharp and ready for a dogfight, because you haven't seen one in a month, over a month. So what do you do as a player to try and make sure you're ready for a game that's going to come down to the wire?
I think that all starts in practice. I think we're really competitive in practice with each other. I think you can tell from our bench. We have a super deep bench. So we love to compete. I think that's why we win. I think that's why we're good. And I think we haven't had maybe the competition we've wanted in league play, but we've definitely had teams play really good games against us, right? And we've had to adjust. But yeah, I just think we love to compete and we love to win. So staying with that mindset, we don't overlook anyone on our team, and I think that's why you keep seeing these double-digit wins, because as much respect as we have for ourselves, we also respect our opponent. And that's why we execute what we execute, right? Because we have a game plan the coaches put in every day. We go and do it, and we win big.
Do you want to be tested, have somebody really push you hard to the end before you get to the tournaments? Because you know that's going to happen in March.
For sure. I mean, I think our coaches did a great job with a preseason or pre-conference schedule where we did get those tests. But definitely, you play basketball, you play sports to compete, right? You play for those close games. I think our team loves those games. But at the same time, you also want to win big, right? If you're the better team. So I think, hopefully Gonzaga will be that team for us in the league. But even so, I think we keep doing what we do and we compete. And, when we meet teams in the tournaments, we're going to do the same thing and compete just as hard and keep getting the results.
Tegan, toward the middle of the first quarter, you were down for just a little bit, and then you went on an 18-0 scoring run over 8 minutes.
Did we?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Seemed like everything was going right for you guys. Just tell me how it felt to go on that run and to kind of put the game away there.
Yeah, I just think it's really, our team is just so good. I mean, hopefully you guys all know that. That's why you're here, right? But we have so many threats, right? Who are you going to take away? Who are you going to stop? Who are you going to double, right? Nani came in, hit shots. Kaylee came in, hit shots, right? So our team is just so deep, and we know our role, and we do our role really well, right? Each of us has kind of accepted and grown in that role, and I think that's what makes our team so special is there's no one person that wants X, Y, and Z every game, right? That's why when you look at the stats, somebody else has a big game every game. And I think that's genuine. I think we genuinely just want to win, and so when you come in and you see people hitting, I think, did Kaylee go 100%? I think she hit everything. Let's see. She's 2 for 3. That sort of stuff is we expect that from Kaylee, right? Because she's that good. We expect our bench to come in and execute, and it's fun to go on runs like that, right? Would it be weird if I was like, no, that sucked? That'd be kind of weird, right?
Going with that run, what did you think was the key? So you did go on the 18-0 run, and then to close the half, you guys were 32-10 run. What did you think the key was during that run?
Again, just moving the ball. Judd says it all the time. Our coaches say it all the time, but I think we're the best basketball team, and we're creating for each other, right? It helps that you have, Shayleys and Paisleys and Marias and, all them that can just blow by people and create open shots for themselves or for other people. But I think the way we move and the way we pass the ball, I think that's what makes us a special team. And then defensively, I think we keep getting better. That's something that Judd really harped on when we started conference. Just continuing to execute what we need to do defensively, and I think game by game we've gotten better and better. And you can see that how we play the start of a game, right? Even if our offense isn't flowing, we still have extreme, focus and intensity on the defensive end.
Coach, would you consider this the best defense performance this season?
Boy. It was, I would say it was right up there. I mean, everything was aggressive, and they rotated very, very well and were very active. Yes, I mean, they didn't get a lot of really open shots, not a lot during that period of time, and that's when you know that you're playing good. When you're rotating like that. I mean, they got a couple baskets because rebound went out. One time we lost the ball and it went to somebody.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know why people keep running pick and rolls against us. I would not do that anymore, but they keep doing it, don't they?
Yeah.
It's
Just like nobody guards us on our end out. Jody gets mad because we don't run the play because, like, most of the time it's like Shaylee just pops in for a shot. So. But I'd like to also point out in front of Jody that we went 8 for 8 from the free throw line, okay? He owes us like a candy bar or something like that.
Yeah.
Coming off games with almost 20 turnovers in both those, what was practice like coming into this game, and how did you guys kind of fix and clean up those turnovers?
How we try to fix it? As long as they don't turn the ball over and they get baskets from it. Sometimes some turnovers are good turnovers. And what I mean by that is maybe somebody's cutting to the basket and they got a chance at scoring it and it goes off their hand, or you throw the ball up ahead and it's a little too far, or you post up hard and get an offense. We got 3 offensive fouls just posting up hard. Those are good turnovers. You know, even if Paisley or even Tegan, they drive in the lane and somebody takes a charge, they set a tone that, hey, we're going to the basket. So you just don't want turnovers that count basket-wise, you know, like easy baskets. So we get a little sloppy sometimes when we get ahead. There's no question. They risk a little more. But, I mean, that's something that we talk about a lot.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I was also going to say, like, composure-wise, I think previous games, like San Diego, that's their game plan, right? That's all they do to teams is try to turn you over and score. And so I think our team's really good at staying composed in that because we know we might have a few extra than we normally would, right? But we still kind of stick to what we do, right? And we're being aggressive, like he's saying. A lot of those turnovers, I felt, were aggressive to the basket, right? Not tips, steals, layups, that sort of thing.
Coach, did you have the chance to see that early sneak peek of the bracket and your team was left out of the top 16?
I heard that.
Do you feel that's, what do you feel's causing that to keep you guys out?
Well, I think what happens is, you know, people think that we're not in a real strong conference, and so, you know, maybe we're not as good as what our record's showing, and that's fine. We'll just keep winning, and it'll get better, and eventually they'll have to make a decision. If they don't, I guarantee you, they put us as, let's say, a 5th seed. I guarantee nobody wants to play us. I mean, the guys that are ahead of us, we try to schedule them. No, we can't play you the next year. Can't do it, you know. So, you know, we're not worrying so much about that. I think we're excited that if we keep winning, maybe we have a chance to be a seeded game or whatever, the tournament. But I don't think it doesn't make a difference. I'm going to be blunt with you. I don't know if there's a team that I've seen, and I've watched a lot of games, that we can't beat if we play our game. And that's including South Carolina, anybody. I mean, if we play our game, we can beat anybody. And I think we proved it last year with Rutgers. They were 3rd in the Big Ten. Everybody thought they were on a hot streak, and we played them. We beat them, and that's the way this team is. And so, well, we'll just keep going. Our main goals are to get better every day and try to improve and do the things we need to.
Tegan, what would you say about the team's defense is sharpest right now?
Sorry, can you repeat it?
What would you say about the team's defense is sharpest?
Oh, that's a good question. I think rotation-wise, Jody talked about it in the locker room, rotation-wise, we're getting really good. But I also think just knowing personnel and knowing game plan for us is like, that's where I think that takes us to the next level. It's just the IQ, right? Forcing people certain ways, you know, and choosing which shooter to close out on, which side to close, all that sort of stuff. Like, the coaches do a great job of you know, scout and making sure we have a great game plan. And I think what we do is we execute that really well. I think that's why we're a good defensive team, right? We don't let shooters get open shots. You know, we don't let drivers drive to their strong hand, that sort of stuff. And then I would say just having each other's back. That sounds cheesy, but, you know, I know if I'm on the perimeter and I get beat, somebody else is behind me helping me, right? It's very rare to see one of our guards or anyone kind of left out to dry. Defensively.
Coach, Shaylee had 5 steals today. Am I correct on that?
I'll tell you, Shaylee Gonzalez,
She had a lot.
5 steals.
She had a
So,
lot.
what makes her so good at that particular?
She anticipates really well. She sees it and she anticipates it, and she, like she says, we have a game plan, and as she walks through the game plan and watches the film, I guarantee you, she watches it and goes, where in this position can I get a chance of getting it? Like the one still she got tonight, they skipped it, and she knew they were gonna throw that ball there, and she's way in the corner, and she runs up like crazy and anticipates it. That's what it is. That's, if you ask me, that's where we're getting better. Like she said, we're rotating and understanding what's going on a lot better.
And Shaylee plays hard.
She plays hard.
Shaylee plays so hard. She's such a fun teammate. She gets steals like that because she anticipates and she plays hard. She's just 100% all the time.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Anything else, guys?
Dad,
Hey.
you don't have a question for me?
Hey, that's her dad.
That's my dad.
Hey, really, before we appreciate you guys covering. You don't know how much it means to this team and everything. They deserve it. They deserve they have worked hard and that, so thanks. We'll see you Saturday.
Thank you, guys.